from defunding the UN Relief and Works Agency to speeding up arms sales, President Donald Trump has signed a host of executive orders strongly backing Israel.
Well, the president's foreign policy picks are also voicing their support for Israel's right to defend itself. Chris Mitchell reports from Jerusalem.
Trump's executive orders affecting Israel include revoking sanctions imposed by the Biden administration on a number of Israeli citizens in Judea and Samaria, restoring sanctions on the International Criminal Court, defunding UNRWA, authorizing deportation of visa holders involved in pro-Hamas protests, and lifting restrictions on arms sales to Israel, including the supply of 2,000-pound bombs. In his first hours in office, Trump questioned whether the days-old ceasefire between Hamas and Israel will last.
Oh, he has very good reason to be skeptical. This ceasefire hostage deal is almost certain to, at some point, collapse.
Jonathan Tobin of JNS.org told CBN's Gary Lane that while Trump's picks for his foreign policy team are pro-Israel, the deal undermines Israel's goal of defeating Hamas.
But Donald Trump, on the one hand, his administration, says they're against Hamas. They want to help Israel get rid of Hamas. But it is contradictory because this deal more or less guarantees that Hamas will take back control of most of Gaza because Israel is being forced to withdraw. It's as simple as that.
The Senate has already confirmed Marco Rubio as Secretary of State, who said Hamas can't remain in power in Gaza.
In the context of
On Tuesday, Elise Stefanik, Trump's pick for ambassador to the UN, testified at her confirmation hearing. Stefanik is well known for grilling university presidents who tolerated anti-Semitism on their campuses. She spoke out against funding for UNRWA.
We should never tolerate any U.S. taxpayer funds going towards terrorism. As in my question with the ranking member, Shaheen, I was one of the members that voted to defund UNRWA. I was one of the leaders in standing for that important appropriations vote, which there is a bipartisan consensus.
Stefanik also sees Judea and Samaria, also known as the West Bank, through a biblical lens.
This is the Israeli Finance Minister Smotrich and the former National Security Minister Ben-Gvir, who believe that Israel has a biblical right to the entire West Bank. And in that conversation, you told me that, yes, you shared that view. Is that your view today?
Yes.
With a ceasefire underway in Gaza, IDF Chief of Staff Halevi announced his resignation, citing his responsibility for the military's failure on October 7th. The head of the IDF Southern Command also stepped down, and it's expected more IDF leadership will leave their post in the near future. Meanwhile, violence continues against Israeli citizens. Tuesday in Tel Aviv, a U.S. green card holder in the country for just 3 days stabbed 4 Israelis. Many Israelis are concerned the hundreds of Palestinian prisoners to be released in the hostage deal will lead to a dramatic increase in terror attacks. Chris Mitchell, CBN News, Jerusalem.
Well, the Bible says peace, peace, and there is no peace. And so you look at the peace deal with Hezbollah, how long will that last? The so-called peace deal with Hamas, if that means the withdrawal of Israel from Gaza and Hamas staying in power, is just an opportunity for them to reload. The good news, and this is wonderful news, our taxpayer dollars are no longer going to go to fund terror activities. And whether that's through UNRWA, where it's quite clear Hamas operatives, terrorists, were on their payroll. It's also quite clear that military aid to the Lebanese army went to Hezbollah. So it's wonderful that this is now going to finally stop. Let us also hope and pray that the ideology of wiping Israel off the map, and that's what this phrase means, from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. It means no more Jews in the Holy Land, no more Israel. And can that ideology finally be defeated, and defeated very strongly at the UN, at the International Court, and especially in Israel?